Okay, dear friends, we shall now summarize the chapter pair of linear equations in two variables of 10th maths. So here what are things you are required to know? One is what do you mean by pair of linear equations in two variables? Now you can see here I have an equation a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0. So here you can see x and y are two variables and this is one linear equation. Similarly, I have another equation a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. Again here x and y are variables, a2, b2, c2 are real numbers. So these two are the linear equations, and such given two linear equations are called as a pair of linear equations in two variables. So it's defined as two linear equations in same two variables. Because we have, it should be same x and y only. These two linear equations should have the same variable x and y, and they are together two linear equations. So hence it is called as pair of linear equations in two variables. It is we have x and y as two linear equations. The general form of this pair of linear equations is a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 is one equation, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0 is another equation. So these two forms the pair of linear equations in two variables, because we have two variables x and y, where a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2 are real numbers. So here I have a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2 are real numbers, and they should be such that a1 square plus b1 square, a1 square plus b1 square should not be equal to 0, and similarly a2 square plus b2 square, again it should not be equal to 0. Then only we can call it as these two equations as pair of linear equations in two variables. Now how to solve these given two variable pair of linear equations? So there are basically two methods. One is graphical method and another one is algebraic method. So in a graphical method, in using the graph, we can draw the two linear equations, and depending upon their intersecting points, so we can find the solution of that pair of linear equations. So now briefly it is here it is mentioned about the graphical representation and algebraic interpretation depending upon the ratio of real numbers of the two equations, coefficients of x and y, and also c1, c2. So depending upon the a1, a2, b1, b2, c2, c1, c2, the ratio, here we are able to come to know that what is the type of linear equations and what type of solutions and how the solutions will be. Suppose if I take the ratio of a1, a2, that is a1 by a2 is if it is not equal to b1 by b2, then the two lines that are formed due to the two linear given equations, they intersect at a single point, and accordingly we will be having only one solution, that is there will be a unique solution. And such equations are called as consistent pair of equations. Both the equations are consistent. Then suppose if you take the ratio of ratio of a1, a2, if it is equal to b1 by b2, and if it is equal to c1 by c2. So if all the three these ratios are equal, then the lines that are formed due to this given linear equations, they will coincide, they will be coincident one over the other, and here will be having infinitely many solutions. And again these two equations are also again a consistent pair of equations. Suppose if I have a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2, but if it is not equal to c1 by c2, then the two lines will be parallel to each other. So this will be representing one linear equation, and this line will be representing the another linear equation in the graph. So these two are which when we draw on the graph will be getting like this, and they will be parallel to each other, they won't intersect each other, and here there will not be any solutions. We cannot have any solution since they are not intersecting. So no solution, and such equations are called as inconsistent pair of equations. And by graphical method, again in the graphical method we have three methods. One is substitution method, second one is elimination method, and we have the cross multiplication method. What is this substitution method? If we are given two equations, a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 is one equation, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0 is the second equation. So here how to solve such equation? By substitution method. So either from one of these two equations we can find the value of x in terms of y. If I can rewrite this, given suppose in the first equation, x will be equal to, by moving all other terms on the right hand side, that is I will be able to get minus b1y minus c1 divided by a1. So x value I will get it from the first equation. This value of x, if I substitute in the second equation in this, so I will be getting the second equation in the terms of y only, and by solving this y I will be able to find the y, and once I get the y, this value of y can be substituted in any one of these two equations to get value of x. So this is how value of x and y can be obtained by substitution method. Then in the case of elimination method, so what is being done? So we have to eliminate one of the two variables, given variables. We have x and y in both the equations. We have to eliminate one variable. How to eliminate it? So now suppose if I want to eliminate x, then what I can do is I have to multiply the coefficient of the second equation x, that is a2, is multiplied with the first equation, and then similarly the coefficient of x of the first equation is multiplied multiplied to the second equation. So accordingly, and by subtracting these two equations after multiplying, so one variable will get eliminated. So I will be getting only y variable. So and from which I will be able to find value of y. Once I get the value of y, I can again substitute in any one of these two given equations to get the value of x. So this is how I will be able to get the value of both x and y variable value can be obtained by elimination method. So what is being done, I will repeat again. So we have to eliminate one of the two variables. How to eliminate it? Multiply the coefficient of suppose if I have to eliminate, I have to multiply the first equation with the a2 and second equation with the a1. So whole equation. Then once I do that, value of coefficient of x of both the equation becomes equal, and by subtracting this both the equations, I'll be able to eliminate the value of x, and I'll be having only y variable left. So by simplifying, we'll be able to get the value of y. Once I get the value of y, I can again substitute in any one of these two equations to get the value of x. So this method is called as elimination method. Then we have the third method by the algebraic method called as cross multiplication method. So I have again two given equations. I can write them as x. So first variable x divided by the matrix like where the other two real numbers, remaining real numbers of the other two will be written like this. So that is b1 c1 in the first row. In the second row I will be having b2 c2 will be written here. Then that is equal to y, that second variable, y divided by, so once I take this y, then I will be left with a1, I can write it as c1 a1, then c2 a2 in the second row will be written. That will be equal to 1 divided by, so a1 b1 in the first row and a2 b2 in the second row. So then by taking the determinant of the matrix that we get here, x divided by b1 c2 minus b2 c1 is equal to y divided by c1 a2 minus a1 c2, that is equal to 1 divided by a1 b2 minus b1 a2 or a2 b1. So then rearranging the terms, so I can equate this x divided by b1 c2 minus b2 c1 equal to 1 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1, and rearranging the terms, then in that case, so this b1 c2 minus b2 c1 will be multiplied with 1, and then it will be divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So that's how I'll be able to get value of x equal to b1 c2 minus b2 c1 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So by equating these two, so we'll be able to find the value of x. Similarly, if I equate these two, I'll be able to get y equal to, because this I can multiply with 1, cross multiplication you can say, and then simplifying, y equal to 1 into C1 A2 minus C2 A1, that is C1 A2 minus C2 A1 divided by A1 B2 minus A2 B1. So this is how I'll be able to find the value of x and y. So this method is called as cross multiplication method. It is a very simple one. Please remember. So how to remember this? I have first variable x divided by the remaining here the other two terms b1 c2 minus c1 b2 equal to y divided by the I can write the a2 c1 minus a1 c2 equal to then 1 divided by, I can write it as a1 b2 minus a2 b1 a2. So by equating and simplifying, I will be able to get the value of x and y. So this method is called as cross multiplication method. So then sometimes in the given problem, it will be not in the general form like this. It will be not in the linear form. So a linear pair of equation means it should be like this: a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. But sometimes it will be like this: a1 by x plus b1 by y plus c1 equal to 0, a2 by x plus b2 by y plus c2 equal to 0. So they are not in the linear form. Then I can convert this into a linear form by equating like this, that is 1 by x I can take equal to p, and 1 by y I can put it as q. Once I substitute 1 by x equal to p and b1 1 by y as q, I can rewrite this given equation as a1p plus b1q plus c1 equal to 0, and second equation as a2p plus b2q plus c2 equal to 0. Once it is in the form of linear equations, I will be able to get pair of linear equations, because the given equation is not in the linear form. So I can convert this by substituting the value of 1 by x as p and 1 by y as q in the given equation like this. Once I convert this, I will be able to finally solve by using any of these methods, 4 methods, either in the graphical method or algebraic method. I will be able to simplify and find the value of p and q. Once I get the value of p and q, again take the reciprocal such that I will be able to get the value of x and y. So this is the method of solving the pair of linear equations. I hope you understood what is pair of linear equations in 2 variables and how to solve this by different methods: graphical method, algebraic method. So in graphical method, by taking the ratios of the real numbers, we will be able to get its interpretation of the solution can be done. And I can also draw in the graph also like this the given equations, because there will be in the I will be able to get in the form of line. So that's how it is called as a linear equation, because the variables here are like this. Then in the substitution method, elimination method, or cross multiplication method also, I can solve the given equation. Suppose if they are not in the linear form, I can convert this by taking 1 by x as p and 1 by y as q. I can reduce it to linear form and then finally simplify and get the solution. So the whole chapter is summarized, and by referring to this, you will be able to solve the exercise problems, and even you can practice, and even you can prepare for your test and board exams also. So thank you. I hope will be useful for you. So kindly subscribe to my channel such that many such chapter summarization you will be able to get. Thank you.